Hey guys, today is Friday, April the 28th of 2023, and I want to go over the energy, metals, and dollar without any further delay. Let's get into it. As you can see, we're having a tough time with crude oil. You can see the daily chart. It's just kind of selling off right here. We can't take out 83.53, so nothing's changed. Back into consolidation mode. On the RBOB, you can see the same thing. 281 was the swing pivot high. Went a little higher. Now it's pulling back. So it's signs of weakness. You can see it on the daily right here. It could maybe even test this at 237. Natural gas, which I'll probably do a separate video. I don't want to stay too long on it. You can see that now we got a PPS buy signal. The MACD was giving us not the histogram, not the MACD, histogram on the squeeze play was telling us, the pressure looking good, and that daily squeeze play was to the upside. It hasn't triggered green yet, but you can see that the pressure is to the upside. Look at that. Did we just hit 252? Wow. I don't know what's just going on, but it's the end of the month, and we started out slow. I was expecting a move like February the 22nd, swing, that like impulse wave. We didn't get it. We just kind of chopped around, put a low on the April 14th, and then look at that. Sometimes, it doesn't start fast, but maybe towards the end it gets a nice move. Heating oil, you can see, weak, very weak, just pushing lower daily. I wouldn't be buying anything in regards to heating oil. Let's go to the metals real quick. Just kind of chopping around here. You can see it on the daily. We're holding still 1981. I like that year, 1981. Still holding that. Hasn't pushed lower, but keep an eye on the dollar. I am thinking about going long the dollar and maybe shorting some of the metals because I think May is going to bring a pop for the dollar. And if this doesn't hold, that's going to confirm my thesis. You can see the squeeze play is setting down on the metals, and the pressure now looks like it's to the downside on the daily, even though I hold a metal, physical metal. But it's a healthy pullback for it to go and then maybe push another leg higher. So don't get upset if you're long gold. Take it as an opportunity to build up and maybe shoot up higher. But May is going to probably bring a pop for the dollar. You can see silver starting chopping around here. It's actually a little stronger than gold because it's not even close to this swing pivot low of 2471. But things could change. The day is early. You can see the squeeze play is just kicked in, and looks like the pressure on the short term daily chart to the downside. So far on the weeklies, they're looking good. Uh, copper, it's just hovering around. Not really much to talk about copper. 407, 408 line in the sand. You can see that 382 is support and 435 resistance. So you got to wait for it to resolve. You see, like, look, now I just push lower. Then it's probably going to pop right back up and then squeeze all the shorts. So it's just back and forth. You want to wait for it to either break 382 or 435 and then decide what you want to do. Platinum, just kind of pushing higher. We just hit that pivot high, just pulled back a little bit. It looks like it wants to push higher, but it is healthy to pull back and regain some strength and maybe continue going up. But knowing that the dollar might turn around, this might bring pressure, for at least for May, from what I'm seeing. So just keep that on the back of your mind. The dollar could probably put pressure on a lot of folks. Let's see, folks. What am I saying, folks? Like people. No, I'm talking about the instruments here. What's going on? Yeah, look at that. Palladium, PPS buy signal. Get it now. Pulled back. Histogram positive. Squeeze plays triggered. Now I pulled back. Now it's back in this range of consolidation. So if it's going to do another leg, it's going to have to push higher. But, I got to just keep an eye on the dollar because this could just probably be it. I got to look at other stuff. I wouldn't recommend buying it yet. I need to look at the cycle seasonality. I was working on that yesterday. just kind of get an overall picture in regards to seasonality from all these instruments that we're watching. So just be cautious here on the metals with regards with the dollar. Let's look at the dollar real quick. As you can see, mobile bands are starting to get green here. Hekanashi on the daily looking good. We just need to break above 102.23. Once we get a close above that, it could rip to the upside. I don't know if it's going to test, 105. I mean, it could. We got to look at some projection lines. It's going to probably pop into May and then stall and then maybe push lower. And my 98 still is, in the cards, but it hasn't played out yet because, there's a lot of buyers, holding at 100. They just keep, building a position. So just keep an eye on it. If we take out 102, watch out because the metals could push lower, which could be another opportunity for you to get in. So look at it that way. If you're long, you can build a position. Let's get out of here. And let's see. Real quick, natural gas. So let's go into our bigger picture here. Good thing is that we closed above the 50 on the daily. That is a good sign. You can see that volume was just kind of getting weak after the 20th. Like it just started getting very quiet. And then the 26th, the battle started again. And volume is still kind of low. Sentiment is still up. MACD was chopping around and now it's positive. We just hit the point of control, 252 and 248. It's a 50% right here on the daily. And we just hit the linear regression and even pushed to a strength. So this is definitely resistance, but you're above the 50 SMA on the daily, which is good, but very, very overextended, which it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because chances are it probably could pull back and then have to do another leg and then go higher. But we all know May is toppy, so it's like those are little things you gotta like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna hold on? Should I lock in profits? If you were playing the swing trade, this is where you want to start, locking in some profit, taking, some off the table. Is it gonna go all the way and test 302? It could, but trail your stop. Don't be greedy. This is a good move if we got up here. This is where it's going to get wild too, especially when you get in the cloud. The volatility is even stronger. You got value area high over here at 264 PPS buy signal. So, could it be that maybe, May is where they're going to even push it higher and then towards the end of May, tank. And I know May the 3rd was a possible swing high in regards to the averages, but, just be cautious. Don't get too excited, It is what it is. This looks good. Let's see. Value. I don't even know what I'm talking about here anymore. I'm like get so excited here. This is looking really good. Volume profile. We're above the value, the area where the bulls were trapping us, and we're just chucking along. So this is good. Let me go back over here because this is where I wanted to. This is the chart I wanted to show you. So we hit our monthly 50% level. So that's good. We're above the 223. We just hitting this as resistance, 252. And look at that move from right here above 235. So this was the bear zone right here, and we're above it. So that's good. Very overextended because you maxed out 241, which was the square of 9. I'll look at that, real quick. I don't got that much time. But in regards to the weekly, very overextended too. You just hit 250 and you just hit the 50% here. Just looking at the weekly for next week, 261 and 270, which could possibly get hit if it continues with this momentum. Whatever is happening, I don't know what the news is, if it's related to anything, but they're squeezing out the bears and they're hitting stops. So everybody, that was short, now they're feeling the pain and now it's getting in reverse. Even though we started late, mid, April, now we're pushing higher. So, all right, just hit my 10-minute mark. Let's see, last thing. This was a resistance, the 45 degree. And now where we at? 252. So it's somewhere around right here, which could make sense. 253. The last low was 194. So we could stall somewhere around here because they're all lining up. So be careful. Maybe this is it. This is all, they're going to give us. And maybe next week we'll retrace. We're going to look at statistics, trading, day and everything. But we knew that Friday was a very bullish day. But you can see that, Tuesday through Thursday was supposed to be negative, and price action just kind of went sideways to higher. So that's how the market is, You just got to, take what it gives you. Target could be 257, 265, all the way to 273. And we got one up here, 270. So these are going to be your future targets to the upside. Support 249, 241, and 233. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. I'm going to be working on some videos. I'm going to be home this weekend, so I'm going to catch up and do some research analysis and be posting some videos throughout the weekend and letting you know my thoughts on the markets.